Good evening and welcome to Metro Focus. I'm Jack Ford. A Mass Thursday, followed by a funeral Friday, was held this week in Brentwood, Long Island, to remember the life of anti-gang activist Evelyn Rodriguez. After the death of her daughter at the hands of the MS-13 gang, Evelyn had become a steadfast campaigner, pushing lawmakers to fund gang prevention programs in the community's schools to ensure that other young people do not become a victim of MS-13 brutality. Evelyn was also in attendance at this year's State of the Union address and was recognized by the president in that speech.
Evelyn, Elizabeth, Freddie, and Robert, tonight everyone in this chamber is praying for you. Everyone in America is grieving for you.
Last week, Rodriguez was tragically killed after being run over by an SUV at the scene of a memorial assembled in honor of her daughter, Kayla. An investigation into Evelyn's death has now been launched, with video footage suggesting that she had been in an earlier dispute with the driver of the car. Suffolk County Executive Stephen Bellone knew Evelyn Rodriguez firsthand, and we're delighted to have him join us at the program. It's so difficult when you're talking about somebody who had been so actively involved as a crusader, and all of a sudden you see her life snuffed out also. Tell me a little bit about the type of work that Evelyn had been doing.
Thank you, Jack. It's unimaginable, the circumstances of this 2 years after the brutal murder of her daughter, Evelyn, in the same spot where her daughter was murdered, at the memorial site, killed. If you were to try to put this into a movie script, it would not be believed. But Evelyn, out of that incredible tragedy, instead of pulling into herself, reached out to the community and made it her mission in the memory of her daughter to fight for every kid in that community, to make sure that other parents didn't have to suffer what she was suffering. And the result of that is she became this great force for change and for helping to create a safer community for all of the kids there.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the circumstances for those folks who might not have followed this story, the circumstances of Evelyn's death?
Well, she was planning for the memorial at the site where MS-13 had brutally murdered Kayla 2 years ago, and the memorial had been removed by the homeowner or relative of the homeowner, and there was a dispute, and obviously we know that the result is Evelyn was the victim of accident in which she was run over. It is under investigation currently still, so I can't comment on it further than that.
Let's talk a little bit more about what we had mentioned in terms of the work that Evelyn was doing, trying to generate funds to be used in schools to try to discourage young people from getting involved in gang activities. Were you seeing any progress in terms of both local government, state government, and even federal government in that area?
Without question, and I can tell you, Jack, from the moment I met Evelyn in the days after her daughter's murder, she was determined to get justice for Kayla, but right from the outset, she was determined to protect other kids in the community. And she really became a force for fighting for that, fighting for resources for the community, working with us, held a number of meetings with me, then Police Commissioner Tim Sini, now our district attorney. And the result, significantly through her advocacy, we've been able to work with Governor Cuomo, get millions of dollars in funding to help create a community of support around these vulnerable kids who were being recruited by MS-13, this criminal organization. So she was a force, she produced results, and it is still unimaginable to us that this person who's done so much good out of tragedy is no longer with us.
This is a war that's being fought on a number of fronts, and we've talked a little bit about the prevention area now that you mentioned. What about literally on the streets, law enforcement trying to take MS-13 gang members off of the streets? What sort of progress are we seeing there?
Well, that was, the immediate when Kayla Cuevas and Nisa Mickens were brutally murdered, awakening the region, the state, and eventually the country to the issues of MS-13 and the way this brutal gang operates. the police department under the leadership of Tim Sini, working with our federal law enforcement partners, which he had worked to bring together since he came into that position. Hundreds of MS-13 gang members have been arrested. A number of cases developed in federal courts to put away people responsible for these and other murders for significant periods of time. So there's been tremendous progress made on the law enforcement front. We are not going to stop. We're going to keep our foot on the pedal because we've made a commitment to Evelyn and to other individuals who've suffered losses and to the community that we will not stop until MS-13 is eliminated from our community.
Well, as you said at the very beginning, this almost unimaginable loss of Evelyn Rodriguez, who becomes such a fervent advocate here and such an effective advocate after the tragic and unimaginable loss of her daughter. It's just tough for us to handle all of this. But Suffolk County Executive Steve Bellone, I want to thank you for spending some time with us and giving us an update on how things are going and also giving us a little bit more insight into Evelyn's life and her loss. Thanks for joining us. You be well.
Thank you, Jack.